honestly, I feel like anything that I survived through or suffered through and I made it, I feel like it's a good place you could send your children to. Like I always used to say, when my children start acting up, I'm gonna send them to my aunt. Now I was thinking about that fencing job. Send the children to do some fencing work. Let David break his foot off in their ass. Gonna roll that wide. About 350 feet of wire. Gonna roll that wide. 100 degrees outside. Gonna roll that wide. Sometimes pouring down raining. Gonna roll that wire. You can get struck by lightning. Roll it fast. For real though, it's imperative that children build character at a young age so they don't have to go into their later years having to build character and then being around people where it'll be a lot harder for them to be themselves because then they're around people that have that character built, but they may not have that discipline to understand that somebody else might not be on the same level as them. So you gotta not just be the student, but be a teacher now. Now you have to take what you know and you gotta pay it forward, right? And I think character building is important for anybody that want to run their own company, because you're gonna have to be able to do the shit that you're gonna want to tell somebody else to do, and 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be something you don't want to do. People think running a company is making connections and having people that you could pay to get a cheaper price on this or to pay to get your product run through that. No, it's two different things. In order for you to get to the connections, you're gonna have to do the grit. You're gonna have to do the grit work, the grunt work, whatever you call it. You're gonna have to get your hands dirty. And in order for you to wanna get your hands dirty, you're gonna have to get your hands dirty and do a little bit of stuff that you don't want to do. Maybe like a summer job, right? And do a little bit of something that you don't want to do, right? So you could build that discipline to know that in your job, in your business, and in your company, there's going to be times where there's days where you don't want to get up. You don't want to go to the kitchen. You don't want to go to the store. You don't want to go to the shop. You don't want to go to the office, right? You want to just sit there because your legs are tired. You just pulled 13 hours, right? And now you got to get right back up. So you're thinking about throwing in the towel, but you got to be like Creed when he was fighting that Russian dude. No matter what, don't you dare throw in that towel. No matter what, right? And I'm not saying go down and, die, but it's going to get to the point where you might think that that's all you can take. But there's gonna come a point where that moment goes and you're still there surviving, thriving through whatever you're working on or whatever it is that you're building, right? And you was just thinking that this shit is gonna be what kills you. And then it turns out that now you just feel like, you just pulled 13 hours and now you turned that 13 hours into 10, and then you turn around and turn that 10 hours into 9 and then 8, right? Because from you doing that work, now you're able to know who you want to bring along to work with you, right? Who you want to have help build your company, who you can trust to bring in, and they're going to stay there and they're going to put in that grunt work because they see the dirt on your fingers, they see the cuts and the bruises, they see the difference, right? When you watch Avatar, his body was, within that 1 year, he looked completely different, right? He gained muscle, his legs were stronger, his whole core was stronger. His mind was also stronger. So you got to do the same thing. You got to build that character.